So any concerns and any issues from previous classes? So I hope everyone knows that now what is the cloud, what is the advantages, I mean, what is the type of subscriptions we have, and which type of subscriptions we need to use based on the requirement or not. Clear so far? Any concerns or any doubts? You can go ahead and we can discuss it again. So those are all the very basics related to the cloud. Now we cannot go back again until unless we have any issues. Then from now onwards, we'll purely talk about Azure. Okay. So in a couple of minutes, we'll talk about the networking. Once we finish it up, we'll completely concentrate on Azure, how the things will be happen and all. Okay. So clear so far, any doubts or any concerns, you can raise it. Then else you can go back with the talking about very basics about the networking. Once we talk about half an hour of basic of networking, then we jump into the Azure networking, purely Azure networking. So basically, what do you mean by network? So what is the use of the network? What do you mean by network?
It acts as interface.
Interface.
Network one or more two.
Okay. Okay. Connecting the multiple devices. How do you connect the multiple devices?
Using of nodes.
Through IP address. Right. So through the IP address, we can make sure to communicate with the multiple devices. Okay. So when you say the network is nothing but to manage your infrastructure to make sure to communicate within the local network. Okay. So the IP addresses, how many types of IP address we do have?
Two.
Okay. What are those?
It's IP version 4 and IP version 6.
Yeah, that is fine. Okay. Private and public IP, and those are all versions, IPv4 and IPv6. Coming to Azure, it supports both IPv4 and IPv6 based on your region. Based on your region. Why? Because IPv6 is not globally available. It is only available in US and UK. So still we are using IPv4 in Asian countries. So still we are not gotten the option to use the IPv6. Now what is the difference between IPv4 and IPv6? IPv4 and IPv6 ఏంటి difference?
IPv6 might be updated version.
Okay, how it is updated? So IPv4 is a 32-bit and IPv6 is the 64-bit. What is this bits?
And also,
Yeah,
IP version 6 is 128-bit, right?
128-bit. Yeah, 120. Yes, okay. 128-bit. Okay. So what is the difference between these bits?
Security level.
No.
Connectivity. Speed. Speed.
No. See, let's talk about in detail. So how many classes of IP addresses we have? Hmm?
Four.
How many classes?
Classes are like a class.
5 classes. Okay. Class A, which starts from
0 to 254. 1 to 2.
అవి చూసుకోమన్నాను ఇవన్నీ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇది బేసిక్స్ ఇవి ఓకే 1 to
254.
156 okay. Class B 127, sorry, 128 to 191, class C, 129 to 220, 243, okay, class D and class E. Okay, so how you are dividing all these IP addresses? What is the reason behind it in the backend? What is the calculation to divide into the backend? Okay, what is the subnet mask? Subnet mask ante enti? చదివారా లేదా లాస్ట్ 2 days? ఇవన్నీ నెట్వర్క్ లోనే కదా మోస్ట్ వెరీ బేసిక్స్. Okay. Subnet mask is used to calculate the IP address within your network. So it's responsible for you to make sure to create a connectivity within the network. How do you know that it is in the range of the network? By using the subnet mask. So if you use the class C IP address, so what is the range of your subnet mask? 255.255.255.0. That is the subnet mask. Okay, among these IP addresses, that is class A, class B, class C and class D, maximum 1 to 255. So you are dividing your IP address within the network by using the subnet mask, by using the dot 255.255.255.0 with how many subnets? 254 subnets. So basically what do you mean by the subnet? Subnet ante enti?
Number of devices.
Assume that this is your organization. Okay. You are dividing your organization into the multiple departments. HR department, sales, IT, okay, developer. So if you want to divide your network into the particular department, you use the subnets. Okay, so let's take an example that my IP 192.168.1.0. What is this? This is the classful IP address. This is the classful IP addresses, and you need to divide this IP address into multiple hosts and multiple subnets. So let's take a very simple example. I would like to give you that. So assume that this entire IP address is Hyderabad. Basically IP address is used to make sure to communicate, right? Okay, so now you have booked one item from Amazon. How do you deliver your network? Assume that it's completely think about the traffic way. Okay, how do you deliver your network to a particular IP address? I mean, IP address is nothing but your home. Your home is the destination. How it is delivering to you?
Based on given
Address, okay. డైరెక్ట్ గా మీ ఇంటి అడ్రస్ ఇస్తే వచ్చేస్తుందా? ఏమేమి రావాలి ఇప్పుడు? So this 190 to 168 is the prefix. That is the, assume that it is a Hyderabad. Okay, fine. What is this one? One is the subnet. Assume that it is a Rajiv Nagar. 0. That is your house address. Very simple. So likewise, In Hyderabad, how many areas we have? Multiple areas. That is your subnetting. You are dividing. ఎందుకు areas కి divide చేసుకుంటున్నాం? To identify very easy to securely access. అంటే పర్టికులర్ గా నీ ఏరియాకి మన ఏరియాకి డిఫరెన్స్ అయితే ఎందుకు డిఫరెన్స్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం? To make sure secure way to communicate your services. I would like to give the access to the particular area. So you can able to give securely access to your services. Likewise, that could be the reason we are dividing our IP addresses into the multiple subnets. Okay, 192.168 prefix. ఈ 1 అనేది ఏంటి? Subnet. 0 ఏంటి? Host. Host is nothing but your machine. Host is nothing but your machine. So you are dividing your IP addresses into the multiple subnets and the multiple hosts by dividing your subnets into the multiple computers to allow them into access as a secure way. Okay, so this is the real-time scenario where you can able to divide to provide the secure access to the department wise. And let's assume that HR ki developer ki sambandham ledha. I do not allow HR people to access my developer machines. Obviously, if it is the same subnet or same network, subnet is within the same network only, but within the network, if you want to restrict the access, you must have divide your IP address into the multiple subnets. Okay, it is a very important. So coming to what IP address it I said 192.168.1.0, it is a classful IP address. How you are dividing it? How can you say that it is IPv4 IP address? It is using the 32 bit. The 32 bit is nothing but based on your subnet mask. The subnet mask is responsible to access your divide your IP address within the network. How you are getting 254? This is what is this 254? This 254 is a subnets. For the range of class C 129 to 223, you will get 254 subnets. For this, you will get 16 million subnets. What is the subnet host? 255.0. Okay. 512. So coming to the D and E, we don't need to have. Why? Because that is used for the R&D purpose. Okay. So this is the subnet mask. Based on this subnet mask, you are dividing your IP address into the multiple subnets and the multiple hosts by calculating the bits. So the bit is, once you say that it is a 255.255.255.0 subnet mask, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is a 1 bit. 8 bit is a 1 byte. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is a 8 into 4, 8, 8, 8, 8. 32 bit. So likewise, you need to calculate your IP address of subnet mask. So, మీకు ఇవంతా ఇంకా ఫుల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కావాలంటే యూ కెన్ గో త్రూ యూట్యూబ్లో చూడండి. దేర్ ఆర్ మల్టిపుల్ వీడియోస్. బట్ ఇవన్నీ ఇక్కడ మనం చెప్పుకుంటూ పోతే చాలా టైం పడుతుంది. Okay, these are all the very basics. Okay, so even if you don't understand properly, just go through that how it is working. Okay, so coming to the Azure, you no need to worry about that. I will show you how do you get the requirement from the customer. So then how do you to implement? ఇవన్నీ మీరు ఎక్కడ క్యాల్కులేట్ చేయరు, ఇట్స్ నాట్ యువర్ జాబ్. Okay, for the understanding purpose, that's it. So you must aware of this. What is the subnet? What is the subnet mask? What is the IP address ranges and everything? Okay. So this is the range of the IP address can divide into. So as we discussed, Microsoft Azure supports IPv4 and IPv6. IPv4 and IPv6. Okay, as we discussed, IPv4 is a 32-bit, IPv6 is a 128-bit. Okay, మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా IPv6 IP address చూసారో ఎలా ఉంటుంది. So you must everyone know that this is the IPv4 IP address 192.168.1.0. So based on this 128-bit IP address ఎంత ఉండొచ్చు? Hmm? 64 million. No, it's more than 64 million. ఎంత ఉంది IP address? ఇదంతా IP address. It's very hard to remember. ఇది IPv6 server. That is the format. అంత పెద్దగా ఉంటుంది. So as of now, it is not available in Asia. So very soon. Okay. So coming to the Azure, it supports both IPv4 and IPv6. Okay. This is the IPv6. Just forget as of now. Just coming to Azure. Coming to Azure. Azure only supports CIDR range. CIDR range. What do you mean by CIDR? Would you call it as a CIDR or CIDR? Classless interdomain routing. What is this IP address? What is this IP address? That is a classful IP address. 192.168.1.0/24. What is this? So what is this? This is the CIDR range IP address. What is the difference between them? Why we are giving the /24? It's not a port. What is the difference?
The same host is number of system.
ఏం చేస్తున్నాం మనం? /24 refers what? I am particularly saying that Azure supports only CIDR range IP addresses. It does not allow you to use the classful IP addresses.
0, 1, 2, 3, 24 దాకా.
ఏం చేస్తుంది? /24 refers what? /24 refers you are dividing your IP address into the multiple subnets. How many subnets? 254. You are dividing your IP address into the 254. ఎలా 254 divide చేస్తున్నారు? Again using the subnet mask of it. Okay. as 25. 128 slash 26 64 slash 27 inni 32 slash 28 16 maximum ఎంతవరకు సపోర్ట్ చేస్తుంది ఇప్పుడు what is the maximum count 254 is not a maximum. See, that's what I am saying. What is the maximum CADR range I am talking about? Slash 32 slash 29 8 slash 30 4 slash 31 2 slash 32 1 IP. So based on the given IP address, you are dividing your IP address into the multiple host and multiple subnet using the CADR range. If you don't have CADR range, you cannot divide your IP address. I mean to say, you are breaking your IP address into the multiple subnets and the multiple host. Endukosamu? Why we are dividing? For this reason. Getting it or not? In a real time, let's assume that this is your network. Okay, assume that is your network. Okay, very simple. You have one application. That application should be in a private or public? Application. In private lo unte neeku okkadike vastadi. What is the use of your application? Let's take an Amazon application. Whether that application should be in a private or public?
Public.
Okay. Assume that this is the application subnet. There is a web subnet. I have application subnet and I have DB subnet. This application and DB subnet should be within the public or private? It's a purely private. Why? Because you no need to expose your DB and no need to expose your application. Application subnet. Application subnet lo emuntadi నీ code ఉంటుంది. నీ web server ఉంటుంది. So you no need to expose them into the public. You no need to expose your code and you no need to expose your DB to the public. So if I don't have these subnets, I have only one subnet by having application, web and DB. Appudu emoutundi? All this should be exposed to the public. There is again security issues. To avoid this, that is the reason we are dividing your IP address into the multiple pieces and bits by using subnet and host. Clear so far? So you have the thumb rule is the DB and application should be always private. Application should be always public. I mean to say web server, your application. So here you need to understand that. So if your application is private, using for a private purpose, you no need to worry about it. Else, if like a public application like Amazon, Flipkart, it should be in a public subnet. So how you are make sure that application should be available to the end user? I mean other than your network. Other than your network. How you are getting it? No. I am using Google. Do I need VPN for this? How? How many types we have? Public and private. So whenever you want to expose your applications or anything to the public, you must have public. So then what is the need of private IP? What is the private IP? Private IP used to make sure to communicate your host within the network, which not exposed to the public. And within internal network you have to make sure to communicate to two machines or two computers or two printers. You must use the private IP. That is the difference between public and private. Public network, in the sense, you must think about this one only. Blindly. There is a public IP address. Okay. So that could be the reason. So we are dividing our IP addresses using CIDR range. The CIDR is the responsible for break your IP address into the multiple subnets on the host. Okay. So assume that if I give the slash 23, ఏమవుతుంది ఇప్పుడు? ఎందుకు ఎర్రర్? 254 into 2 ఎంత? 5. So 5 12 minus 2. Always 2 IP address should be deducted because of protocol. First and last IP address is for the protocol for the communication. So likewise 524 minus 2, 252 IP addresses. Okay, 128 minus 2, 126. I mean to say 126 IP address is available for you to use by using that IP address dividing of CIDR range. Okay.
Whatever /32.
/32 అంటే మనం వాడు ఉన్నది ఒకటే వస్తుంది. So maximum reduce from 30. So we will see all of this in the next coming classes. Okay. So this is just for your idea. మీరు ఇలా క్యాల్కులేట్ చేసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. You will get a requirement from the client. The client network will give you. Why? Because you don't know what IP addresses client has. What IP addresses client has, you don't know about it. Okay. So this is the basic idea about IP addresses. For your testing purpose, for your lab purpose, just use 10.10.0.0 on 192.168. 172.168. ఈ IP అడ్రస్లు వాడండి. So these IP addresses are globally available for the testing. It won't get any conflict. So basically this IP address మీరు వాడుతున్నంటే అది టెస్టింగ్ పర్పస్. Okay. So for your throughout lab purpose, use one of these IP addresses. Okay. If you use even this IP address, you cannot get a conflict. Conflict అంటే ఏంటి? ఆల్రెడీ ఎవరు యూజ్ చేసినారు, మరి మీరు యూజ్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? It is a conflict error. You won't get conflict error by using these IP addresses for the testing purpose. Okay. So clear so far? So here you need to concentrate. If you deep dive, if you want to know more about this, ఇదే మీరు కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయాల్సింది. CIDR range. Let's assume that 192.168.1.0/24. How my IP address will be generated? Now you tell me. What is the starting IP address? 192.168.1.2. 1.1. Okay. 192.168.1.2. Okay. Okay.
252.
1.255. How many IP addresses generated till now?
250.
256. Zero would calculated. 256, right? Okay. Now, how many subnets I have used as of now? One subnet. Okay. So how many subnets you would get by using the /24? 250? 254, right?
254.
Yeah. Next one, next IP enti 2.0. Next again start 168.2.1. So like 192.168.2.255. Next మరి ఎక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది 30. Likewise, you will get 64,000 change IP addresses. 64,252 IP addresses you could get by dividing your IP address using this ADS/24. అంటే ఒక IP address ని మీరు ఎన్ని IP address కి డివైడ్ చేస్తున్నారు? 64,252 IP addresses by using the CIDR range for the better security and better connectivity purpose.
Prashant, one question.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, when we are using the /24 subnet mask, so we'll get the only 254 IPs, right?
Not 254 IPs, that is the 254 subnets.
Subnets, okay.
Yeah, subnet is nothing but this one. It will change this.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Okay?
So you mean to say hosts are same and the network will be changed?
Yes, the host will be changed by using the subnet.
Okay.
Clear? So you can divide your IP addresses within the range of your network. Okay? Let's assume that you have by this IP address only. So if the class full ankondi, you can assign this to the one machine only. So to make use of, to avoid wastage of IP addresses and better secure way to access your network, we can divide your IP address into the CIDR by dividing your IP address into the multiple bits and subnets. Okay? So complete ga ivanni ide untundi manaku. We have to use this. It doesn't support classful IP addresses. Azure only supports CIDR range, that is a classless inter-domain routing IP addresses only. Okay? So this is the basic concept. So if you want to deep dive about CIDR range, you can go with the YouTube or Google for the better understanding purpose. Okay? That is a glimpse about I can give from my side. మీరు ఇంకా డీప్ డైవ్ చేయాలంటే you can use other sources. Now coming to Azure, that is a basic networking. Azure network. So why do I need to use Azure network? Then for Azure network, why do I need to create? If you think in a layman term, okay, then let's have that I have my on-premises environment. I do make sure to use to communicate my machines by using this IP addresses. Okay, by to make sure to communicate my machines by using these IP addresses. Then why I particularly talking about Azure network? మీరు Azure network ఎందుకు క్రియేట్ చేయాలి ఇప్పుడు? ఎందుకు? Subnet, that is the common, irrespective of your on-premises and Azure, I am not talking about it. Why you need to make sure to create Azure network? నేను Azure network ని ఎందుకు క్రియేట్ చేయాలి? What is the use of creating Azure network? No. See, you are hosting your applications and servers somewhere which is not visible over the cloud. So then how do you make sure the communication? మీ ఆన్ ప్రెమిసెస్ నుంచి క్లౌడ్ కనెక్టివిటీ ఏంటి? You have to create a communication, right? You have to access your applications, and you would like to access your applications and databases and virtual machine servers. How do you make it? You must have the connectivity. That connectivity creates using the Azure Virtual Network or VNet. VNet కానీ Virtual Network కానీ అంటాం in Azure. It is a AWS VPCN. Virtual Private Connectivity. Even though we call as a VPC in GCPS. So what this virtual network does, this virtual network makes you to communicate all your resources which is hosted on the cloud from your on-premises. ఇప్పుడు మీకు on-premises నుంచి cloud connectivity లేకపోతే what is the point of hosting your all the services? It doesn't make sense, right? మీరు ఒక సర్వర్ని క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. What is the IP address? Microsoft would not give you any IP addresses to you. You have to register your IP address. That IP address should be utilized that particular server on the cloud. How do you get the IP address? By creating this network. So over the cloud, you are creating your own network to make sure to get a communication between your on-premises to the cloud. Clear? Any confusion? So very simple. So this is your on-premises. What do you mean by on-premises? On-premises is your own environment. Your database. So where you are accessing your services, where is your business is running. మీ బిజినెస్ ఎక్కడ రన్ అవుతుందో అదే on-premises. Okay. On-premises. This is the think also. Now I want to create my servers, right? How do you get the IP addresses for these servers? Microsoft will not give you. Microsoft will give you the base infrastructure, that is a hardware and operating system. How do you get the IP address? For any of the virtual machine, you must have the IP address for the communication, right? So then how do you get it? You will get it by creating the VNet. Your VNet can divide it into the multiple subnets. Subnets ఇవన్నీ machines, servers. So to assign your private IP addresses, then create the connectivity between your on-premises to this network using virtual network. Clear so far? ఇప్పుడు ఇదే VNet లేకపోతే ఏమవుతుంది? It doesn't allow you. Why? Because you don't have IP addresses. Microsoft ఏమో మీకు IP address ఇవ్వదు. Why? Because it's not job of Microsoft. Okay, you have to get your own IP addresses to make sure to assign anyone a private IP address to your devices. Getting it or not? So for that you must have the virtual network. Clear? So in the next coming classes, we'll completely talk about how to create virtual network, VPN, okay, load balancers. Okay, load balancers, network security groups to secure your network, and hub spoke topology. We'll talk about in detail what is this hub spoke topology and all. Okay, these load balancers again divided into native load balancer, application gateway, traffic manager. ఇవన్నీ మనం కంప్లీట్ కావడానికి 10 days తీసుకుంటాం. Okay, so coming to the virtual network connectivity, we have 3 types again. Point to site, site to site, and express. So it will take minimum 10 days to complete all these with the real-time lab sessions. Okay, now let's talk about point to site. So what do you mean by point to site? So now you all know that what is the virtual network. So as part of virtual network, point to site is another type of a network. So coming to the point to site, this is my cloud network. I need to say Azure. This is my on-premise. Now I would like to make sure to communicate these two from on-premises to the cloud. Okay, using the point to site. So point to site refers whenever you would like to make sure to communicate from the single client computer to Azure network. That is the point to site. This is my client machine. So to make sure to communicate from the single client computer to Azure network is a point to site. So using this point to site, maximum you can create 128 client computers. So maximum 128 client computers. ఈ 128 అనేది ఏంటంటే we will talk about more in the while doing the real time labs. Okay, these network are purely public network. What do you mean by public network?
Which is available to
Is available to okay. నేను యాక్ట్ కేబుల్ వాడుతున్నా. That is
provider can provide the public IP.
Okay. Okay. So what do you mean it?
Which allows to access
The traffic, the which is the ISP provided traffic can be available to the all. And it's not a dedicated to you. ఇప్పుడు ఒక రౌటర్ ఉంది, యాక్ట్ రౌటర్ నుంచి అందరికి నెట్వర్క్ పోతూ ఉంటుంది. So what is the use of it? It's not a morally, it's not a secure. Moreover, you fulfill the latency. You can create the security as a different thing. More of the first disadvantage is latency. Okay. The tunnel, the point to site creates SSTP tunnel. Secure Socket Tunnel Protocol. The protocol in the sense the traffic which is established that makes sure the communication between using the point to site, it creates the secure socket tunnel protocol. Using this protocol, the traffic will be moved from source to the destination, destination to the source. Okay, it uses VPN client. What do you mean by client? VPN client. So VPNs are two types. Okay, device and software. Here we are not using any device, we are completely using the client, software client. Okay, I will show you that how to create, and we are creating the VPN client instead of using the device. Okay, this is about the point to site. So point to site can have maximum 128 client computers with public network. It uses the SSCP tunnel protocol with the VPN client. Clear so far? So ఇవన్నీ టాపిక్స్ మనం నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ క్లాసెస్ లో చూస్తాం హౌ టు క్రియేట్ ఆల్ దిస్. కమింగ్ టు ద సైట్ టు సైట్. Multiple computers. I would like to communicate the entire site. Let's assume that I have a Hyderabad branch. The entire Hyderabad branch would like to communicate to the Azure. That is a site to site. Now you got the difference between it, point to site and site to site. Point to site used to make sure to establish the connection from the single client computer to Azure. So whereas coming to the site to site, the entire network, the entire on-premises site, whether it has 200 machines or 500 machines, it doesn't matter. The entire client computer in the on-premises, your location, entire location should be communicated to cloud using the site, one site to one site. Okay. The protocol will be established as IP, IPsec. Maximum you can create 32 sites, not computers, 32 sites. Under one site you have the thousands machine, it doesn't matter. The network is again it's a public network. Again it use VPN device. I mean to say all these computers connected to your VPN device. This VPN device communicated to this network. Getting it or not? అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఏంటి, the connectivity cannot go with each and every machine. Right now I would like to connect the entire site. If I would like to connect from each machine, again I can go with the point to site. So here my requirement is I would like to give the connectivity to the entire site. All these your local machines connected to one network, that network can be communicated with the Azure VNet. Your local network allows us by using the VPN. So, e VPN device is getting it or not? Any confusion? So, single client. Now you tell me what is the difference between point to site and site to site, and which scenario I do go for point to site and which scenario I do go for site to site.
Private we go to
Hmm?
private purpose we go to find
Private. ఇక్కడ అసలు ప్రైవేట్ అనే టాపిక్ లేదు.
both of them.
Both are public networks. My question is, if customer asks you to create the connectivity, how do you create it? Which connectivity do you suggest to your customer, whether point to site or site to site? ఎందుకు site to site? No. నా కస్టమర్ నాకు జస్ట్ ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు గివ్ ఆల్ ద కంప్యూటర్స్, ఐ వాంట్ టు గివ్ జస్ట్ 2 computers, 2 client machines from the on-premises. అప్పుడు see, point to site is referred to make sure to communicate from the single client to the cloud, right? From the remote area. Remote అంటే ఏంటి? So other than your office location. So whenever you would like to communicate to the over the Azure network other than your office, అంటే వీళ్ళు ఇప్పుడు ఈ క్లయింట్ కంప్యూటర్స్ అన్ని రిమోట్ నుంచి పని చేస్తాయి చేయ. వై? బికాస్ దిస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ ద కంప్యూటర్స్ కనెక్టెడ్ టు యువర్ VPN డివైస్. లైక్ వర్క్ ఫ్రమ్ హోమ్ అనుకోండి, వర్క్ ఫ్రమ్ హోమ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తారు, మీ ఆఫీస్ నెట్వర్క్ రాదు until unless you connect to the your VPN, office VPN. Right? So in that scenario, when you are connecting your cloud network from the remote area other than your office, we do refer to use point to site. That is the scenario. So the pure particular purpose of it. Site to site, obviously you have to come to your office. From the office network, you have to connect to your VPN device. That VPN device communicated with your Azure network. Clear so far? Okay. Point to site uses the SSTP protocol. Here, site to site use the IPsec protocol. Site to site allows to use maximum 32 sites. So when you are giving pure Azure interview, this is the mandatory question. What is the difference between point to site and express route? Okay. So it site to site uses the VPN device, point to site uses the VPN client, software and the client. Okay, those are all the differences. Now, what is another type? So we have total 4 types. So there is the point to site to site, multi-site. Okay. So now express route. What is this express route? Again, on premises. Okay, Azure network. So now you found out the difference between point to site and site to site. So when I should go with express route? Asal express route is nothing but creating the private connectivity. That is provided by ISP, Internet Service Provider. The network is dedicatedly for you only. It's a purely private network. Maximum it supports 10 Gbps. That is the advantage of the speed which we referred in advantages, if you remember. Okay. If you want to create a dedicated lease line, dedicated lease line and that is the network which is strictly for you, not like your act or something which is for the public. Getting it or not? In the sense, ఇది ఎలా పనిచేస్తుందంటే ISP, your on-premises connected to your ISP, ISP connected to your Azure data center. Dedicated line. అంటే you can avoid the latency of accessing your services using this express route circuit purely. Other site to site, point to site refers, the traffic goes over public network which you can have the latency. Getting it or not? Let's assume that you have critical applications and critical databases. If you use the public network, you may get some delay on the accessing. So to avoid that, we do use the express route. Okay. This is the purely ISP, Internet Service Provider. If you don't have the ISP, you cannot create this connectivity. మీరు రీసెంట్ పాస్ట్ గా చూసిన ఒక ఆర్టికల్ వచ్చింది, రిలయన్స్ టైఅప్ విత్ మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్, రిలయన్స్ జియో. చూసారా అది? రిలయన్స్ జియో ఎందుకు, వాడికి వీడికి సంబంధమే లేదు. ఎందుకు? సో ఐఎస్పి. హూ ఇస్ ద ఐఎస్పి? Reliance Jio is the ISP to provide the network to their customers to access their services via Microsoft platform. Okay. So coming to multi-route, sorry, multi-site. మనం అందరూ ఎంఎన్సి అంటుంటాం, ఏంటది? How to define it? The organization is divided into multiple companies across the globe, across the locations, right? So, like to communicate all the sites. That is a multi-site. Getting it or not? So, the on-premise, all the on-premises locations communicated with the Azure network. That is the multi-site. Again, multi-site, how it can be possible? దీనికి separate గా ఒక protocol అంటే ఏం లేదు. It's a purely site to site. It's a purely site to site. Each and every on-premises location is a one site. So by combining the multiple on-premises sites to Azure, that is the site to site. Clear? So again, on-premise ఒక location కి default గా communication ఉంటుంది on-premises లో. That can be done by MPLS. Okay, ఇది అంతా on-premises network. If someone asks the MPLS into చూపిస్తా. Okay, MPLS network అంటే multiple locations, ఇదొక location, ఇదొక location, ఇదొక location, ఇదొక location. This MPLS makes you to communicate all your networks. అంటే all the locations, ఒక location ఒక VPN device, another location has another VPN device. To make sure these two locations, you must use the MPLS. Sometimes interviews లో అడుగుతారు. So Azure supports MPLS. So I am using the MPLS in my on-premises. MPLS అనేది cloud Azure కి సంబంధం లేదు. So you use MPLS to make sure to communicate your on-premises networks. Okay, how can I connect using how can I communicate between on-premises network which is using the MPLS to Microsoft Azure? That is again multi-site. Okay, a multi-site ఎట్లా కాన్ఫిగర్ చేయాలో విల్ సీ ఇన్ ద కమింగ్ క్లాసెస్. బట్ ఈ MPLS అనేది ప్యూర్లీ ఆన్ ప్రెమిసెస్, మన క్లౌడ్ కి సంబంధం లేదు. క్లియర్? సో దిస్ ఈస్ ఫర్ యువర్ ఐడియా. ఇప్పుడు మీకు లెట్స్ అజ్యూమ్ దట్ we have TCS. The TCS is from Bangalore, Hyderabad and Chennai. 3 locations only. How do you make sure to communicate? MPLS. Okay. So this is how the network will be work. So from tomorrow onwards, we'll start from doing real-time scenarios implementing from virtual network, that is called a VNet. Okay, so how do you get the requirement from the customer? మనం డైరెక్ట్ గా VNet క్రియేట్ చేయలేము. వాట్ ఆర్ ద ప్రీరిక్విజిట్స్? ఒక VNet క్రియేట్ చేయాలంటే మనకి ఏం కావాలి? సో దట్ we will see in the next coming class. Okay, so before going to creating the connective VNet, what we need to get from our customer? నేను అదే చెప్తున్నా. ఇప్పుడు ఈ డివైడింగ్ యువర్ CIDR రేంజ్ ఇవన్నీ యువర్ ఐడియా పర్పస్. మీరు ఇక్కడ అవన్నీ ఏం చేయరు. యూ డోంట్ డూ ఆల్ దిస్. ద క్లయింట్ విల్ గివ్ యూ. The client said one architect will be there. The architect is the responsible to provide all this information to you to make sure. Being as an engineer, that is your job. So by gaining the experience, like 5 years after 6 years, you might be architect. Then you need to get out to know all of these things. Blind ga nenu /24 ista, -20 ista, it doesn't work. You have to understand the network. Then you have to create your CIDR range. Clear? Any doubts or any concerns?
In Express Route, we will be using IS Internet Service Provider. What if there is a vulnerability of data breach?
See, how do you see? That is only for connectivity. So that connectivity can allow or deny, can stop the vulnerability by using Azure services. We do have Azure firewall. Let's assume that I have a connectivity from here to here using Express Route. నేను ఏం చేస్తాను? I will create one firewall here. ఈ firewall ఏం చేస్తుంది? It will block unwanted network. I mean to say, if you have any threats like a DDoS, vulnerability, the Azure firewall will block there itself. It doesn't allow you to access your network. Okay, irrespective of either ISP or Express Route or point to site or site to site, to allow to restrict to protect your network from vulnerability or DDoS attacks or any security breach, you use Azure firewall.
So Microsoft
will give. There are a couple of third-party tools also there. You can use anything, Barracuda or Fortinet or F5. There are n number of third-party tools, Cisco CSR. There are n number of third parties, and Microsoft also has its own. Okay, we'll talk about later in which scenario we do go for third party. Let's assume that in your on-premises you are already using one firewall. You might already have the license of it. Then you can implement the same in the cloud without going for the Azure firewall. So if you are using Azure, it doesn't mean that you have to use all the services which is provided by the Microsoft. You can use third-party tools as well. ఇప్పుడు కొన్ని ఫ్రీగా ఉంటాయి, ఆ ఫ్రీ టూల్స్ కూడా వాడుకోవచ్చు మీరు. If Microsoft allows, mostly it will allow all the tools, irrespective of firewalls, irrespective of network and everything. Docker is a open source. Still you can use it in the cloud. Microsoft, they can allow you to do it. So if you have the valid license, then you can use it when you talk about enterprise. So ఇప్పుడు ఏది లేనప్పుడు you can go for Azure Firewall. That's it. Okay, clear so far? So there is another way to secure your network. We'll talk about one by one in the slowly. Okay, any concerns or any doubts so far?
Express road internet particular ISP
The ISPs differ based on the location. ఇప్పుడు మీరు AT&T వాడాలనుకోరు. Do you get AT&T in India? No. In India we have Airtel, Reliance and Tata Network, Tata Telecom. ఈ మూడే ఉంటాయి. You have to choose any three of the one. When your location is in the South India or Central India. How many locations we have in India? 3. South India, Central India and West India. South India is from data center is Chennai, Central India, Pune, West India, Mumbai. Okay. So ఇక్కడ వీటికి నెట్ మనకు ఐఎస్పీస్ ఎవరు ఉంటారు? ఈ 3 ఉంటాయి. టాటా టెలికమ్యూనికేషన్స్, రిలయన్స్ జియో అండ్ ఎయిర్టెల్. సో ఇఫ్ యూ గో టు యూకే, బ్రిటిష్ టెలికామ్ ఉంటుంది. Then you have to use that ISP only. It's completely based on the region which you select. Okay, I will make you to understand while doing it. Okay, any questions so far? So from tomorrow onwards we'll directly jump into the portal and so I am requesting everyone, just go and create a free trial subscription. So from tomorrow onwards we'll do the labs completely. Okay, there is no more theoretical session. First 20 minutes will be theory, then next of 45 minutes or 1 hour will be the practical session. So how you do in a real time, you adhe untadi. Clear?
Hi, Prashant. We have new people, so new persons who joined today, can you ask your doubts or what are the topics
Yes.
you are requesting?
Yes.
Yeah, can you, one by one, can you please speak up?
Sorry, come again.
No, there are new persons. I'm asking them to, if they have any questions, so they
Okay.
can speak up.
Yeah, you can talk. So whatever the doubts you have, you can ask me.
Yeah, that is what. Guys, please unmute yourself and ask the questions.
So this is the open forum. There is no difference between you and old. Whoever has issues, any concerns, they can ask. So for the new guys, I will share the one drive. Just go through with the drive. You could find out 2-3 sessions earlier which completed. Okay, so if you have any doubts or any concerns from that previous classes, you can ask that as well from tomorrow. Is that fine? Guys, any questions or shall we wrap it up?
No questions from my side as of now. I'm clear.
Okay, thank you guys. So just I will share the drive. Just go through with the previous sessions. Even though if you have any questions, tomorrow we will talk about that and jump into the practical session. Is that fine, guys?
Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow same time, 7:30 sharp.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.